what are we doing here? Well, we've basically got a PC Engine, but not a normal PC Engine. This is a PC Engine LT that's basically has been dismantled, and it's this one here. So this is one of my this is the poorest condition one that I've got. It's got some marking on the top, and also it's got a issue to do with the screen, which you can't actually see there, but anyway, it's got slightly more of an issue that it won't it powers on, but there's no screen and no audio, so it's pretty much as good as dead. It's going to need a recap, or that was my assumption. So about, Christ, it was ages ago now, probably about 2-3 years ago now, I bought a new cap kit for the LT, but unfortunately they are surface mounted caps, or the majority of them are. So unless you've got the gear, it's not straightforward to do surface mounted stuff, and I've only done a couple of ICs. I haven't done any caps that are surface mounted. I've recently gone out and bought a proper, well, I say proper one, it's a cheap version, but it'll do the trick. It is a soldering station, so it's got a gun, a heat gun, and it's got your normal iron element on it, and it's all temperature controlled and stuff, and I'm going to give it a bash. And I thought, well, what best console to give it a bash on than a mega uber rare and expensive LT. I've got no idea how this is going to go. It could go completely wrong. If it does, it does. I'm not really that bothered, to be honest, because I've got another one, but I daren't test that one in case that one's gone bad as well. But actually looking at the board, it looks like a cap's gone in respect of leaking its juices everywhere, but if it has, it doesn't appear to have tacked the board, so I don't know actually if it is a cap that's exploded. I mean, it does sort of look like it, because there's a lot of, and we're not going to get my glasses on, I'm going to say, you probably won't be able to see it on here, but you can, right, you could probably just see some, in fact, let's turn it around. Sorry, this is a webcam, so it's not the best of quality, but you can see some some residue there, and there's a fair bit of it round. It's not too bad. There's a bit of it around the back here, and there's a fair bit on the board, but the board is quite mucky. Now I don't know whether it's liquid that's been spilt on it or what. Actually, I'm not actually sure what it is, and we're not going to get it on the camera. Fortunately, it's not going to give a, no point even trying to do that. It's not going to show anything, I don't think. But trust me, it doesn't look very clean. Now the problem is that I think to clean it up, I'm going to have to take both of these off, and they have got a lot of solder joints on it. It's basically those rows there, or that one there, and the one below it there. There's a lot of stuff there to come off, or to desolder. It's going to take some time to do, but I can't think I've got any other way of actually cleaning the board. So what I think I'm going to do to begin with is I'm going to take a cap that I think is the one that might have gone, or it looks like it's gone, at least in respect to where all the gunk is. And I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to look at cleaning the board from there, and I'm just going to see what it actually is. I mean, it don't smell like fish, so I'm not sure if the cap has gone. Well, I know a cap's gone, or I'm pretty sure cap's gone, that's why it's not powering up properly, but I'm not actually sure that that's cap juice. Cap juice, so. But anyway, I'm going to carry on, and we'll see how we get on with this. Yeah, but I'm not holding out much hope. It looks like quite a big job to take those edge connectors off. all those card connectors and everything, because that's going to take me a, yeah, no, it might not be too bad actually. I just don't fancy desoldering it all and have to resolder it again, but you know, that's not a major thing, is it? I've got the gear here, so let's give it a go. So yeah, so we'll see how we get on, guys. Wish me luck. Right, so after what's felt like about 45 hours, yeah, it's not quite that long, but it's quite a few hours actually. It takes so long. I tried to desolder this here, and it was proving to be a absolute nightmare. Trying to get all the underside pins desoldered with a desoldering sucker, and also using desolder braid, and it just didn't work effectively. Got quite a few of the pins free, but quite a few weren't free, and I thought, right, I'm just going to try and work around it. So what I've done is, this is sort of work in progress. So I've changed the caps around in this area here, which looks like to be the power side, and I'm just going to try it to see whether or not it's made any difference. So I'm not suspecting it has, but we'll find out when we power it up. It is so finicky working on these small boards, and the board quality isn't that great. So yeah, I'm a bit wary about doing a full recap on this. So yeah, even with the tools, it's yeah, it's quite a finicky job. Anyway, I'm going to power this up and I'm going to see what it does. I'm not holding out much hope, if I'm being totally honest, but we'll see how we get on, and I'll show you the results if we've got anything to show or talk about. Right, I'd love to tell you that I powered it on and it was glorious, like going back to the 1980s or whenever it was, but unfortunately I'd be lying if I said that. I've seen more life in a tramp's vest than I've seen in this PC Engine LT. So I've got the power light coming on, which happened before, if I remember correctly. So I've just got to carry on, and yeah, keep on the cap replacement with the electrolytic caps. Yeah, right, so I'm going to move on to the 3 remaining core caps. Yeah, so these aren't the surface mounted ones, these are the remaining old style, well not old style, but I'll just check I've got all those in the right polarity. Yes, I have. Yeah, all polarities minus going up, so yeah, they are incorrectly. Yeah, so I'm not, yeah, anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to replace those 3 and I'm going to power it up again. It could be that the board looks quite mucky below the external bus connector, but it doesn't look like it's eating into it. It just looks really mucky, and there's nothing that I can see that's wrong with the board in respect of any corrosion from the cap acid, but it had definitely, that one there had definitely gone, that one had gone, and that one had gone. So those 3 that I replaced were, well, I think they'd gone. One of them's definitely gone because it leaked elsewhere, but I'm not sure whether the other 3, sorry, whether the other 2 were actually gone. It might have just been one that failed on that side. There's one round here that looks slightly dodgy, but until I get it off I'm not going to know. And the other 2 don't look too bad. Well, they look okay, but I'll replace them anyway. But it is dead as a dodo at the moment. So yeah, that one there, he's one. I can't actually smell any. I don't know if you're going to see. Probably not. Probably, can you just see the focus? Probably isn't going to focus. You probably can't see very well, but that one is absolutely mullered. I'm trying to get it in the light so you can see all the smeg on the end of it, but you probably can't. But anyway, right, back again. I have now changed the lower 3 caps. So there was one there, and one there, and there was only one that looked like it had let go, another one potentially, but one was absolutely fine. Again, I've still got no hope that this is going to resolve it. I think it's going to have to need a full recap of all the SMD parts, and that's just going to take me forever and a day. But I suppose if I do it carefully and slowly, it'll be one of those jobs that will take me 14 years to do. But anyway, I'm going to reassemble this again and try and try it and see what it does, and I will report back. But like I said, I don't hold out any hope whatsoever, but we'll give it a go. So how did we get on? Not particularly well, to be fair, so there is no positive conclusion to this video, unfortunately. Well, not at the moment, in respect of repairing this PC Engine LT. So I've replaced all of your normal caps, the non surface mounted ones. Powered it back up again, try it again, and no joy at all. Dead screen, nothing at all. Went to try and do external as well, just in case there's a problem with the screen. So I went to a CRT off the extension bus, and still nothing at all. So I then started to replace the surface mount caps in this part of the circuit board where the power comes in, and there was 3 or 4, I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 now, but there's 3 here that I've taken off, and I've replaced those with new surface mounted caps, and tried it again, reassembled it all back together just to make sure that it wasn't expecting some kind of input from the, I don't know, from the screen or the built-in joypad or the switches or whatever, apart from the power switch, obviously. And still no joy on that. So it's still busted. It still doesn't work. However, what I am going to do over the next Christ knows how long, because I've actually started it, I will move over the entire board now and replace all the remaining surface mounted caps, but I'll do it in sections, and I'll keep trying it after I've done each section, and we'll give it a go. So that will be a future video. So unfortunately this one hasn't been a positive outcome yet. Right, so it's been a bit of time since the previous video footage, and my glasses off, I've got to see properly, is I've decided to actually go through and carry on with the full recap. So removing all the surface mount caps and replacing them with brand new surface mounted caps, and I've decapped. Well, I've done all this part of the board here, which you probably won't see very well, but all this has been recapped with surface mount or the traditional type through hole caps. In fact, all of the through the board or through the hole caps have been replaced, and I'm just working back round the board now, just removing all of the surface mount ones. So what I have done, and again you're not going to have to see this because webcam, but all of the surface mount ones around there have been removed, and I've cleaned everything up, and there's 4 there that I've removed and 1 there that I've removed and cleaned everything up. And out of all the caps that I took off, I would say 80% of them were knackered in respect of fluid seepage from the caps. So they look like they were either starting to go on their way out or they're already on their way out. Luckily, the board seems to be absolutely fine and intact. There was one trace that come away from the board, but it's not too bad. I will think I'll be okay. I'll be able to solder back onto it, but it's slightly delicate. So I'm going to recap now this area of the board around here. And once I've done that, I will then move to the final phase of the board, which is down the right hand side of the board, which has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 surface mount caps. And then once I've done that, I will then actually fire it up and see whether or not it works. I've got nothing to lose. I don't actually hold out much hope that this will resolve it, or I've done it effectively enough for it to resolve it, but we'll find out. I've also bought some more components as well, just in case there are some other elements to do with the power side that have gone, but I will come on to that if I need to at that appropriate point. So I'm just going to carry on with this, and I'll a wee while. I have gone through and I've done a full recap of the LT. Now you're not going to be able to tell on there that I've done a recap unless you can see my awful soldering. Yeah, it's amazing how much you get out of practice and the quality. As I progressed through the board, I was improving. You need to be doing it more often, or I need to be doing it more often. So I have replaced all the caps, every single cap, and that has been a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 caps. Quite a few. And only 1, 2, 3, and I actually might not have counted that one, but only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 are through the board. The rest are surface mount ones, which weren't particular. It was okay installing, to be honest. It was a lot better and a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be. But I need more practice without a shadow of a doubt. Anyway, to cut to the chase, I swapped all the caps over and it didn't make a difference. Now, I didn't think it would do anyway, even though the caps, well, it wasn't powering up properly. The light would come on, but it actually wasn't getting power through other elements of the board. So I'd already looked at one of the regulators, voltage regulators, the main one. Well, I say it's the main one, it's the biggest one that's on there, which is here. And it was getting no input at all, no input power at all. So I thought, right, something's gone a bit more serious than just the caps, but I was holding out some hope. So there are 2 regulators on this board. There is this one and there's an IC based one, and you're probably not going to be able to see it. It's quite a small one. I just tilted up there. It's that there, where I've got my finger there. That is a voltage regulator, or it's a DC to DC down. Anyway, it does something with the voltage. I'm not an expert at this stuff. I'd already bought a replacement IC and a replacement main regulator there. So I swapped this out, and this was the first time I've actually used my hot air gun, which was a bit, yeah, I was quite nervous because I'm roasting anything else around, and things were crackling and popping and all sorts of things. But anyway, I've replaced that, and there was a lot of gunk underneath it. So I think the capacitor gel, juice, whatever, had gone through one of the wires and gone round there, either shorted it out or knackered the chip up. So anyway, I've replaced that, and I've literally just fired it up without connecting it all back into the LT. So this was effectively through a CRT, taking an RGB lead off the back, and it's fired up. First time it's fired up. So, and I got a picture. I don't know if I've got sound, but I got a picture. So I'm hoping now that if I put it all back together in the LT case, it will be okay. So it's been a full cap replacement, and I've learnt a fair bit, to be fair, and I will replicate this within my decent LT that hasn't got a bad screen on it, because this LT that this is out of is the one with the well, shall we say, not a perfect screen, and it is what it is. But I will now undertake, well, not right now, but I will undertake a full recap replacement on the other one that I've got as well, to give it a bit more life and longevity. I don't want that board going on it. So yeah, so I'm going to put all this back together again, and we'll see whether or not it is actually doing what it needs to do. But this is the first time that I've got a picture out of it, and it's getting full power that's coming back through the bus, because I know that by the RGB converter that I've got, well, not converter, but harness I've got off the back of that. It's got an LED light on it, and it was lighting up straight away, and I was getting power through to the EverDrive card as well. So I know that it's, well, I saw the screen, so it's obviously working. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will be fully working when I put it back together again. So we'll see. We'll have a look. Fingers crossed. Well, to cut to the chase, look at that. It's all working. I'm chuffed to bits with this. But not only is it working, but if we look at the LT, yeah, so I've got it side by side running on my BVM. So I've got an RGB out on the back of that. But if you look at the screen, apart from the couple of dead pixels that you can see, this screen, when I bought this PC Engine, which was pretty cheap when I bought it, because I had a problem with the screen, and that looked like this video that I'll show you now, which was off my channel back in 2012. So as you can see there, you got this area, and it's like I said, I've had the whole screen apart, took it out, and it is actually on the liquid crystal part. And I don't know what's caused it, I really don't. Never seen it before, not to that extent, but it does look like they're dead pixels, but it's actually affected, like I said, it's just the corners. So as you can see, that screen as it was there, and this is the same PC Engine LT, it's fixed it, which is really, really weird, because I've never seen that problem before on the screen, but there are no issues on this screen now. So it was obviously something to do with a component, whether it was caps, but I just a weird thing that was. It was, yeah, I always thought it was a screen, a defective screen. But yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits, all fixed. Well, I say all fixed, there is one issue with that specific LT. There's some problem, I think, with how I've capped the audio amplifier on the PC Engine LT output, because it's not great. So I need to re-look at that, and I don't know what's gone on there, but the screen's absolutely fine, and the audio is absolutely fine when it's actually via the AV out. Hopefully you should be able to hear some sound coming out, but it is absolutely crystal clear. No buzzing or anything. But actually on the LT, there's a lot of background buzzing, like there's a bad earth or something, and I'm not sure what's causing that. But I will have another look at that. It must be something on the amplifier stage. But I did actually fire up my other LT, which is there, just to make sure that one's fine. That's the one that's in really good condition. And it is absolutely fine, thank God. So I haven't got to recap that yet, but I will do that. Now I've recapped this one, I will recap that. But yeah, what an end to a well, bit of a journey really with servicing this PC Engine LT. But yeah, good news story in the end, all fixed. Well, virtually all fixed, but certainly a lot better than what it was before. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll speak to you again soon.